Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to clean a cube for dummies. Now that basically means I'm going to show you how you can clean and set up your cube without getting into all the customizations and without taking a lot of time, but still do a good job and making your cube turn very nice. This is how I usually set up my cubes, and I'll show you how you do it. But first, what you need are your cube, obviously, some lube that you would use to put in your cube once you're done setting it up, a rag or dirty sock to help clean your cube, a screwdriver or your tensioning tool to help set up your cube, and a toothbrush, but that's optional. And make sure if you're using a toothbrush that you don't ever plan on using this toothbrush again. Now, I would recommend cleaning your cube when it feels real dry or you see some dust on the inside, and I'd recommend doing this then because then you know you need to clean your cube. And usually for me, that's about every 2 months. So I clean and set up my cube about every 2 months, and that's how it is for most people. So that's how often I'd recommend doing this. So first, what you want to do is disassemble your cube, and there's 2 ways to do it. The first way is you take your cube and turn it to about a 45-degree angle like this. Then you pull one of the edge pieces out just like that, and then you start disassembling the rest of the pieces just like this. Now, the second way to do it is you take the cap off, but on my cube it's not that way because there's not a screw inside there, but this is where the screwdriver comes in. So on most cubes, depending on your customization settings, if you take your cap off like this, you see the screw right there, and then you can unscrew that, but don't unscrew it all the way, just unscrew it a little bit so it's pretty loose for you so you can disassemble your cube. But once you got your cube disassembled, then we'll move to the next step. Now, as you can see, I have all my cube disassembled, and then I have my core over here, and as you can see on some of the pieces, it looks real dry, and even though if the middle is pretty smooth and wet, it looks pretty dry on the outside, and that's what we're going to clean off. So what you want to do is you want to take your rag and you want to get it wet on one end, just like I have right here. And then what you want to do is you want to take one of your pieces and you want to just wipe it off. And if your cube is dirty, like if you see some dirt or some dust inside there, that's what you really want to get at because that slows the cube down a lot. Or you want to get your toothbrush over here and then clean inside there. So you want to do this to all your pieces. Once you have your piece cleaned, what you want to do is you want to just wipe it down with the rag like I have right here. And then you want to get the dry end of the rag and try to dry up as much as possible. Now your hands should be getting kind of oily because of the lube, but you want to clean off part of this and clean off all those spots. Then you can put it over here to dry. And then you do this for all the pieces. And you may also need to clean off the shades of the cube or the stickers to make sure those are clean if you want to also. Now back to the time lapse. Now you also may need to wet your rag again because it gets pretty dry after cleaning off a lot of cubes, so you may need to wet your rag a couple times. Now if you're enjoying this video, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any other videos, and that would support me a lot. Now back to the video. Alright, now here are all my pieces that I cleaned off, and if you also want to clean off the core too, you also can do that if you would like to. But that's optional. Now what you want to do is you want to reassemble your cube. And I have a video on how to reassemble your cube, but you basically just put all the pieces back in the other way. And again, let's start the time lapse. Now when you're going to put your last pieces in, I'd recommend putting the last corner in first, and then you can put the edge in just like you took it out, just like this. And now you have your cube fully assembled back again. Now let's get into setting up your cube. So if you have a cube like me where it doesn't have a screw in the middle, you can open the cap and take the cap off. And as you can see in here, there's no screw. So I like the tensions I have. So if you have a cube like me where you use a tool to tension it, you can do it that way. But if you have a cube with a screw in the middle, like I have over here, then you can take the cap off like this. And then you can use this screwdriver to loosen or tighten the cube based on your needs. And you also can do this after lubing if you need to. Looser, it will turn faster, but it's not as controllable. And tighter is when it is more controllable, but it turns slower. But you can do whichever one you need to when you loosen or tighten your cube. Now, once you're done loosening or tightening your cube, what you want to do is you want to take the lube. Now, the lube I have is called Comet, and I will link it in the description. It's my favorite Speed Cube Shop premium lube, and it's really nice because it's fast but very controllable, so that's why I use Comet. Now you open the lube, and what you want to do with your cube is you spread it open like this, and then you put 4 drops of the lube in, or depending on how much your lube says, that's how you can follow those instructions. My lube says 6 drops, but I typically recommend 4, depending on the lube. Then you put the cap back on, and you want to make sure you don't let the cube settle for a while because the lube will sink in. So then what you want to do is you want to scramble your cube and hand scramble it like this. And you want to keep doing this for about 30 seconds to a minute because that really puts the lube in and mixes it up. And now your cube should be fully set up. Now you can loosen or tighten it with the screwdriver if you want to, but as you can see, it's very clean in here and it looks very nice. Now another way you can lube the pieces to make the edges and the corners turn better is you put a bit of lube on one of the edges, just like I have here. And then what you want to do is you want to turn the edges and turn the corner just like this. So that spreads out the lube around the other pieces. And this really makes it turn a lot nicer. As you can hear, it's very quiet and it turns very well. Alright, so this whole process probably took me about 10 to 15 minutes, and it really doesn't take too long to set up your cube this way. And it's pretty easy to clean your cube, and all you have to do is lube it and tension it. And that's basically it. You don't even have to mess with the core or lube the springs because that'll take a lot longer. But this is a really easy way to set up your cube just like I just showed you. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe because that supports my channel and it helps me out a lot. And also be sure to check out the other videos on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.